This is a Lunar Clubman SI. We're just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, we've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site, and also the ATC and how that operates. In the front locker, you've got your gas bottle and gas regulator. Gas regulator comes from the front of the van, and we've attached the gas pipe work and the gas bottle just to demonstrate everything is working. When the handover is finished, both the gas pipe and the bottle will be removed. Like I said, it is only there for demonstrating everything is working as it should. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your Aldi heating and hot water fluid. We'll demonstrate the heating system once we go inside the caravan. But essentially this is your fluid you have on the side of your house, so no difference at all there. You just need to make sure it's always uncovered and it is never covered up. Down the bottom on either side of the van, you'll see these two holes where you have your wind down legs. They are only there for stabilising the van, they're not there for lifting the caravan. If you lift the caravan with these legs, it can potentially damage the floor of the caravan. You've then got your water pump connection coming further down the side of the van. Very simple to use, blue button on top that you press down and push in to lock in place. The pickup pipe itself drops down inside the ack roll, and you need to make sure the pump is fully submerged prior to turning on the water pump system. If it isn't fully submerged, it could potentially draw up air from the tank itself. You've then got your battery box with your positive and negative connection on top. The battery again has just been put on there to demonstrate everything is working as it should and will be removed at the end of the handover. Mains power lead coming into the side of the caravan is simply there to allow the mains power to come from the power on site into the side of the van. We then come to the fridge vents. Fridge vents are very simply there to allow the fridge system to breathe, so it allows the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. Behind the top cover on the right hand side, you'll also see there is a gas flute for when the fridge is running on gas. You've then got your power touch auto engage motor mover and the wheel nuts. We'll demonstrate the motor mover here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting prior to the van leaving. The fresh water that goes in the front of the caravan has to come out somewhere, so down the side of the van here you'll see your two grey waste pipes. So you'll have two bits of grey pipe that go into these larger diameter holes, then drop down inside the waste master at the side of the van. So once you connect these pipes up, you'll drop them in the waste master, and that'll be no toilet waste, it will just be the waste from the sinks and the shower. Coming further down the side of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. Then in the bottom, you have your toilet waste cassette. You pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You'll need to put 1 litre of water in this cassette and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Coming to the back of the caravan, you'll see the wind down legs on each side at the rear, again just there for stabilising the van. Storage locker for underneath the bed. Then coming further down the front of the van, you've got a storage locker for underneath the front seating area and your barbecue gas point. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. As you come in the door, on the left hand side you'll see your main control panel. You've got your master power switch for the caravan, your voltmeter for the 12 volt battery on board the van, your awning light for the outside of the caravan, and your internal lights on and off. So this will control all the lights inside the van, and this will control your awning light. You've then got on the bottom right hand side your water pump switch, which we'll come back to in a moment. The first thing we advise you do is fill the water system up. So you're going to open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. You'll see that I've already filled the system up here. Then you're going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan. And underneath this seat you will find a yellow drain down valve. That yellow drain down valve needs to be parallel with the floor prior to turning the water pump on, and upright towards the bottom of the seat when you are draining the water system down. If you decide to drain the water system down, then you need to put, or which we recommend after each use of the caravan, you put the yellow valve in the upright position, turn your water pump off and open all your taps in the central position between the hot and the cold and have them completely open. While we're underneath this seat in the front of the caravan, I'm just going to show you the 240 trip switches. So as you can see here, you've got your trip switches and your test switch on the end like you'd have at home. Hit the test switch, and if this blue switch on the right hand side does drop down, it means you have mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. At the bottom, you've got your 12 volt fuses, and each of these is marked respectively to what each one is for and the size of the fuse that should be in there. Just always make sure this blue switch is up when you arrive on site, or all of them blue switches are up, so you know you have mains power coming to the van. So, with the taps open and the yellow valve parallel with the floor underneath the seat, you're going to come to the control panel as you come in the door and turn on your water pump. You'll notice a red light that appears here to indicate the water system is running. So once that water system is full and you have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, you'll shut all of the taps back off. When you initially turn on the pump and you've drained the water system down, it will spit. It will actually spit and splatter for a short while, then it will start to clear and the water will start running continuously out of the taps, and that's the point where you can shut all the taps back off and you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So on the opposite side of the van here, or underneath the main control panel for the caravan, you'll notice you've got your Aldi heating and hot water control panel. We'll come across to the left where it says off, and we're going to need to turn this control panel on. So it's got on now on the top right hand corner. We're going to come across back to the right, and the first icon you see is the room temperature for the caravan. So you've got plus or minus to set your room temperature. The lower you go, the cooler the heating will be. To turn the heating off, you have it at 5 degrees. The next symbol you see on the right hand side here is your water temperature. So you've got hot water off and hot water on. It will self boost when you shower on board the caravan. We do advise that you use the gas as well when you're boosting the water system, just as it allows it to boost a little bit quicker. Talking of the gas operation, you've got the option here to run gas. So you've got gas off and gas on. The gas system will self-ignite on gas if you choose to run the gas. And if it fails to ignite, it will actually come up with gas fail on the screen here. Next option across is the amount of mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you've got off, 1, 2 or 3, sorry, on this particular van, 1 or 2 kilowatts as an option. Here on site we can run a maximum of 1000 watts, so we're going to use the 1000 watt setting. Now depending on what caravan site you're on, it could depend on whether you use 1 or the 2 as a power setting, but if you're not sure, ask the site office when you arrive on your holiday and they'll be able to advise you. Top right hand corner, you've got an indicator to say you've got mains power coming into the caravan. In this control panel, you will find some advanced options down the bottom here. For these, we do advise you read the manuals that come with the caravan completely. For the Aldi heating and hot water systems, if you don't understand how they operate, it's probably better that you don't play with the settings, as it can potentially cause the panel to go off completely. Next up, we've got the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. Power on the front here. Turn the fridge on. Once the fridge is loaded, it will come up with a power source on the front here. So at the moment, it's trying to ignite on gas. If it fails to ignite on gas, the blue light here at the bottom is going to start flashing to indicate it has failed, and you'll also get a 9 and a spanner symbol on this top right hand side. Essentially, the blue light when it is solid is your pilot light. To change the power source, you can use the button on the left hand side here. Press it twice and it will change to the next power source. So you've got 240 mains, should you want to use mains to control to operate the fridge. And on gas or mains, you control the fridge temperature on the right hand side here, and the more bars you have lit up, the colder the fridge will be. You then have your 12 volt mode for when you're towing down the road. Now, as you'll see at the moment, it's not actually doing anything at all. The reason for this is we're not connected to a car at the front of the caravan. If I was connected to a car, or the caravan was connected to the car, the fridge would actually operate as a cool box as long as it had the right connections on the car and they were wired up correctly. Essentially, like I said, it is a cool box mode, so when you're travelling down the road, if this light is solid blue and you've got it on the 12 volt mode, then it is operating from your car's 12 volt supply. For it to work on the 12 volts, you do not need to have the main control panel turned on inside of the door. Microwave, hob, grill and oven, all work very much like your household appliances. The only difference being the electric ring on the hob will not operate if you do have no 240 mains coming into the caravan. The same as the microwave will not operate also. Now coming into the bathroom on the caravan, we have the toilet system. Have an electric flush on the toilet here on top to flush the toilet system. Have a 12 volt, have a red light here that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. And the toilet seat itself turns for your convenience. The toilet seat, when you are removing the toilet waste cassette from the side of the caravan, needs to be back in this central position. The same as the grey waste handle below the toilet. When the grey waste handle is in the central position, you'll be able to remove the toilet waste cassette, and when it's in the open position, you won't be able to. We do advise when you're using the toilet to make sure it is completely open, so no waste stays in the toilet bowl itself. So that is the Lunar Clubman SI. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.